Crikey, Jordan. Today it's Alphabet Duels C. How are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got to say, it's nice to see you here.
Oh, come on, Jordan. That was, oh my God. Oh, I mean, that could be a sort of that could be a bit for these duels, couldn't it? Just talking,
Yeah.
talking in scenes. I mean, I'll be disappointed if when we get to R, we don't talk like Scooby Doo. But
We can make that our challenge.
Crikey, Jordan. Right, activate, ready for Royce. Oh God, I hate myself. Yeah, no. How did you find building this deck?
I
Because I
really
could,
enjoyed
like,
it. There's some very, very, very strong archetypes within this, and to be honest with you, I found
there
it
are.
quite easy to choose an archetype and pretty easy to make a deck in all honesty. So,
Yeah, my face is cringing. I'm sure the audience can see because I did say in my deck building screen that I have a feeling we've gone for a mirror.
yeah, okay, I think we
It's,
have then.
yeah, because I kind of gave it away to you last week when we played, and I was like, "Shit, Matt, don't do
Yeah.
that." Um, but yeah, we've just got to see. But as well as the strong archetypes, there are a lot of just generic C cards that are strong.
Yeah.
Obviously, a new one released into the format, TCG format recently, is Crossout Designator, which is I think going for a lot of money already.
Now, welcome back to Alphabet Duels. Today we are on the letter C. There are a lot of good choices we could have gone for, some not so good, but this is the deck that I've decided to go with. It is a Cyber Dragon deck. I've always quite liked the Cyber Dragons. I remember getting beaten by them quite badly from this kid that I went to secondary school with, and obviously Zane is just a super cool character in the GX anime as well. I know what your first thought is. Oh my god, why is he playing 60 cards? I'm sorry, just I can't always play 40 cards. But I am, even though there's a lot of good options, like Crusadia, Concritter, even Chronomaly is not too bad, which Jordan might go for because I know I've mentioned it to him. Yes, I still think there's a high chance that there'll be a mirror match today, and that's because I almost gave away what I was playing to Jordan. I think after our Beedle, because I'd already made this deck, I said something about oh, Cyber Mirror wouldn't be fun. I did try to play it off like I wasn't playing Cyber, but he also agreed that Cyber Mirror would be fun. So if he's thinking I'm going Cyber, he might go Cyber. That is one of the main reasons I've got 60 cards, because I feel like that would edge me out. I feel like that would work in my favour for a mirror. Just because I could get more cards in my graveyard and more banished face up for the powerful fusion monsters in this deck. Because obviously Cyberblade Fusion I can fuse from my face up banished zone as well. And there's also a few C cards I don't think that Jordan would think about putting in with the Cyber deck, which could hopefully put me over the edge. So I've got a card room to banish, a card D to cycle, Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. Me and Jordan were just having a duel for fun, and yeah, he used this card against me, and I was like, oh my god, I've got to put it in. Obviously, the light banish isn't. So, the effect of banishing white monsters isn't as good, in my opinion, as the effect of banishing dark monsters. But I am also playing a few dark monsters in here, and expecting even more on the side, so it could come up that I get the both, potentially, but it's 3 special summons, still not bad, or 2 free special summons, should I say. 3 Cyber Dragons, of course. I've gone for the alternate artwork, because I don't know if I like it better, but maybe that's the way I see myself in the series. We've got 3 Cyber Dragon Cores, again to help cycle through cards. Cyber Dragon Dry. Most of these extra Cyber Dragons are just in here for names they often count as Cyber Dragons. So we've got 2 Hertz, 3 Nefchester, 2 Veer, and 2 Svali. I have a Cyber Eltanin, which is a very strong card if there's lots of banish. Cyberjar, because how can I resist? It's a bit of an OG card. 3 Cyber Lava to cycle. 2 Cyber Pharos, again. I've got in a Cyber Phoenix. I know this card's a bit old and slow, but it does offer a bit of protection, which could come in handy, and there's an extra draw. Cyber Valley for stalling and drawing. I've got a Cyberstein. I've never actually used it too much, so I'm hoping this card will come in clutch with some of the powerful fusion monsters in this deck. Card destruction, again to cycle, because I do have the edge on cards, and hope that this will help mill him out as well, because I'm already predicting that he's going to be cycling with the likes of like Cyber Lava and Cyber Network especially, which I'll get to. One card of Demise as well to draw more cards, a card of Fate again to get some more cards in my hand, Change of Heart because it's just too powerful, and since we're not playing by a ban list, why not? Same with Chicken Game, Cyber Emergency, Cyber Repair Plant, and then Cyber Rev System, all to benefit my cyber cards. Cyber Infusion. I am playing Countergate because I do have over half my deck filled with monsters, so I thought this would come up quite a lot of the time. 3 Cyber Network, this allows you to banish a light machine monster from your deck during every turn as long as you've got Cyber Dragon on the field, and then it destroys itself, and then once the card is destroyed, you get special summon as many banish light monsters as it can. Cyberzone Blaster, this is again a silly card, but again, if it is a mirror, it could come down to it, because it doesn't specify for just your machine monsters. So if Jordan is on the side deck, yeah, this could do well. Obviously, if it doesn't do well, I will slide it out. Okay, we have 2 cybernetic hidden technologies. This is just to stop attacking monsters, and 2 cybernetic overflows, and 3 cybernetic revolutions. At the side deck is another card trooper, another card D, another Cyber Dragon Hertz, and Spy. I have 2 Cyber Orbos in this deck, in my side deck. I really like the card. I remember owning one physically and just thinking, oh, actually, yeah, that doesn't seem that bad. And I was really looking forward to using it in like a modern sort of cyber deck, especially in conjunction with the Cyber Network. But then I realised that Cyber Network only works on light machine monsters, which Cyber Orbos annoyingly isn't, because that would have been a really easy way to proc its effect. So I'll put it in the side deck just in case like Chaos Dragon Legionnaire comes in, because it is a dark that I can. It would be 2 extra darks that I can use for its effect. I've just got a couple extra of the fusion monsters and the Xyz monster in my side deck in case I want to put them in. I couldn't really decide what monsters were more likely for me to go into, so I was a bit indecisive. I have one called by the Grave, again that's really good for a mirror. Cold Wave just for blowout. Crossout Designator, again once I know sort of what he's playing, if we are playing the same cards. Chthonian Palmer, obviously another old card. Again, this could come up before on the mirror, so I wasn't sure. And then a Compulse to disturb him. Okay, my extra deck, I have 2 Chimera-Tech Fortress Dragons. Again, these are mainly here, in case we are in the mirror, because I feel like this would happen quite a lot. One Chimera-Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, a Chimera-Tech Chimera-Tech one-page dragon, again a Dark Art, Cyber End Dragon, 2 Cyber Eternity Dragons, a Cyber Twin Dragon, Constar Omega, because I'm playing mostly light monsters, Cyber Dragon Infinity, 2 Novas, and then I have a Cross Sheep, which again might not come up, so that's potentially likely to be saved out, but a Cross Sheep is a Link monster, along with 2 Cyber Dragon Seekers. Wish me luck in the duel.
Hey guys, so this is the deck I have made for the alphabet duels with the letter C. All these cards obviously begin with the letter C. I've, as you can probably see, gone with the Crystron archetype, and I really like this archetype. I've used it a couple of times before. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in it, but this is a really great archetype that essentially allows me to special summon a lot of monsters from the graveyard, which then can obviously then be turned into link summons, or for the Crystron archetype generally synchro summons, because there is a lot of Crystron synchro monsters. So yeah, I'm really excited to play with this deck, and I'll talk you through some of the cards we've got. So I've essentially got 3 of every single Crystron monster in the archetype. So I've got 3 copies of Crystron Citri, 3 copies of Crystron Praesiortal, 3 copies of Crystron Ryon, 3 copies of Crystron Rosinix, 3 copies of Crystron Smyger, 3 copies of Crystron Sulfafnir, and finally 3 copies of Crystron Feistvern. And I wanted to include 3 copies of each monster because essentially it just allows me to, first of all, maximise the number of monsters I'm going to be able to special summon. Secondly, it allows me to kind of discard or remove a lot of the monsters that I have and put them into the graveyard so that they can be special summoned without worrying about not having any extra monster cards remaining. and it also allows me to get as many tuners as possible, which are obviously going to be essential for those synchro monsters that I will inevitably be using to win the duel, hopefully. So yeah, that's kind of why I've gone with that. And then I've got a bunch of spell and trap cards, some of which are just generally fantastic, and some of which are kind of more there to synergize with the effects of the Crystron monsters. So, to talk you through that, first of all, we've got Called by the Grave, which is going to synergize very nicely with getting monsters into the graveyard. Then we've got Card Destruction, which is just going to allow me to essentially get more monsters into the graveyard. Card of Safe Return, which could potentially synergize with Card Destruction to essentially just keep me drawing, basically. And I know that I've obviously going to be special summoning from the graveyard a lot, so this is going to allow me to keep drawing and drawing and drawing, and perhaps I could synergize that with Card Destruction to then just send some of those cards to the grave, and then basically just keep special summoning and special summoning, and yeah, inevitably, hopefully, just keep up that card advantage, even though I am getting rid of my cards. Then we've got Change of Heart, which is just an insanely good card. It could help me win the duel. I could even use it as synchro fodder, to be fair. You know, if I can get one of Matt's monsters and synchro it, that would be fantastic. We've got Chicken Game, which is just a fantastic field card, and it just kind of allows me to draw even more cards. Obviously, my opponent can gain 1,000 life points, which kind of just prevents me from taking damage, which may be quite useful if I'm kind of in a position where I'm not quite able to special summon some monsters at that point. So it could keep me in the game, and it could obviously also help me get even more of a card advantage to put even more monsters in the graveyard to then special summon them. Then we've got Confiscation, which just allows me to get some hand knowledge from Matt and also just get rid of some of his cards. So it's again giving me even more of a card advantage. So we've got 2 copies of Crystolic Potential, just because it's a very good buff for most of my monsters. So essentially, yeah, it just kind of allows me to make sure that, you know, if I've not got Chicken Game on, I can just sort of get rid of Chicken Game if I've got enough of a card advantage, and then just bring out Crystolic Potential, and that basically just allows me to buff my monsters and hopefully close off the game with that, basically. And of course, this allows me to get even more of a card advantage. Then we've got Crystron Entry, which is just an all-round pretty solid trap card, just allows me to special summon tuners, which is obviously, again, essential to getting my strong monsters on the field. And then finally, we have 3 copies of Crystron Impact, which again is just a pretty solid card, and it allows me to sort of take some of my banished monsters and obviously then special summon those. So that's just an all-round great card for this deck. Moving into the side deck, we've got 2 copies of Chengying the Zhangjian Grand Duke, which is one of my all-time favourite cards. It's absolutely fantastic. Essentially, any cards that I am banishing are just going to buff it, basically, and also debuff Matt's cards. So, you know, if I can have him on the field and then I'm just, you know, banishing cards through the effects of Crystron, through the effects of things like Called by the Grave, then this will essentially allow me to basically just keep buffing this card, keep debuffing Matt's cards, and just hopefully I can win the game with him. And then we've got Cosmic Blazer Dragon, which is just an all-round fantastic synchro monster, but it is somewhat difficult to summon, and I already have a very difficult to summon synchro monster in my extra deck, so I didn't want to have both of them in, if that makes sense. So basically that's kind of there, you know, if I want to just switch it up, if I want to try it out, it's just kind of there for me to use, because it is fantastic and it has very high attack and defense. Then we've basically got a lot of backups of spell cards and trap cards that we basically would need or could need, you know, especially if I'm finding a particular card to be very useful in this format. So we've got 2 extra copies of Called by the Grave, an extra copy of Card Destruction. We've got a copy of Chain Energy, which, you know, maybe Matt's getting to really low life points and then I just need to finish him off. And especially in the modern format, you're doing a lot of special summoning. So, you know, if I can activate a Chain Energy and then Matt, you know, wants to special summon 5 monsters to stay in the game, that's 2,500 life points. So, yeah, it's kind of, it will limit both of us, but obviously it can also limit Matt if I use it strategically. Then we've got Chain Strike, 2 copies of that, which is just a, you know, again, inflicting damage to Matt. So again, this is kind of another way of getting over his cards, another way of beating him. Then we've got 2 copies of Scythonian Alliance. I might have mispronounced that. But again, because I've got 3 copies of every Crystron monster, I believe, every Crystron main deck monster anyway, this is obviously going to be quite powerful, because if I can special summon 2 tuners, for example, with, I believe, Crystron entry, yeah, so I can special summon 2 tuners, and then that basically can essentially immediately mean that I've got 2 monsters with the exact same name, and then that synergizes very well with Sithonian Alliance. Then we've got Cold Wave, which could just stop some of Matt's plays, which is obviously kind of nice to see. Confiscation, again, just 2 backups of Confiscation, and then finally Crystallic Potential. We have a 3rd copy of that, just because if that field spell does seem to be working out very well with 2 copies, maybe it'll work even better with 3, just to almost guarantee that I've got one in my hand at some point in the duel and I can play it and I can get that buff. Then finally, for the extra deck, we've got 1 copy of Cheng Ying, the Jianjian Grand Duke, just 1. I've got obviously those 2 in the side. Crystron Ametrix, we've got 3 copies of. This is Crystron Phoenix. This is obviously quite a difficult to summon one. We've got 1 Tuner Synchro monster, which obviously I do have from the Crystron archetypes, Crystron Quandax. We do obviously have options to be able to summon this, and obviously if I can summon this, then that's kind of my big beta, and obviously I can interchange that with Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Then we've got Crystron Quandax. We've got 3 copies of that because I need the Tuner Synchro. Then we've also got Crystron Quarion Gandax. Might have mispronounced that, but again, just a very solid synchro monster. It does require 2 tuners, but like I said, I've got the tuners available, especially if I can keep special. I decided to put in Chronomaly Crystal Chrononaut because it's just an all-round pretty solid card. I've got a lot of 3-star monsters that can just kind of be exceeded into that. And then if I activate his effect and obviously detach materials, they're then in the graveyard, which then just allows me to, special summon them with other cards. And then finally, you probably expected this, Link Monster. We've got Crystron Haquifibrax, which is basically just going to allow me to just get some massive plays off because it's a fantastic card. So that's the deck. I'm very, very happy with this deck, and I'm very confident I'm just going to maybe even OTK Matt. That would be very, very nice, but I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. But I am very hopeful because I can see a lot of great plays happening, a lot of synergy with these cards that's hopefully going to allow me to just kind of get a bunch of special summons off, even from the graveyard, and hopefully work my way up to that high-end synchro and hopefully close off the game. So without further ado, let's jump into the duel. I'm excited to see what Matt's got. I have a feeling he may have gone for Crystrons as well, but we'll have to see. So yeah, let's jump straight in.
But let's see what the duel. Let's see what happens in this duel.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Doing a conga line, are we? Oh, damn, you get to go first.
Oh, that's what we like, especially in the modern format.
Yeah. Wait, you're going modern? I'm playing Goatsy.
Oh man. Okay, maybe we haven't gone for the same. I am just going to set a monster and then set 1, 2 cards in my turn.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Well, for starters, my move was always beginning with a special summon Cyber Dragon.
That's fair enough.
And then on the special summon Cyber Dragon, I can then special summon Cyber Dragon Bear from my hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to normal summon Cyberstein. I'm then going to use its effect, if that's alright.
Yeah.
So I'll pay my 5,000. And you know what? I think I'll have to. Yep, I will go for the Cyber End Dragon. Okay. Yeah, any response to summon?
Nope.
Okay, so Cyber Dragon Veer becomes a Cyber Dragon while it's on the field or in the graveyard. So I think I will link off. Let me just check I'm doing that right. Yeah, I will link off my Cyber Dragon Veer and my Cyberstein. in order to summon Cyber Dragon Seeger. Oh, it's just these 2 machine monsters as long as it includes Cyber Dragon. So its name becomes Cyber Dragon while it's on the field or in the graveyard. And during each battle phase, if this card is not declared attack yet, as a quick effect, I can target 1 machine monster I control with 2100 more attack. And for the rest of the turn, that monster gains 2100 attack and defense. Also, neither player takes damage from any battle from attacks involving this monster. Sorry, it was a lot. I can't wait a bit faster then. Okay, I will. Is this game here? It really depends on your back row. Okay, I'll go to the battle phase. I will use Cyber Dragon Seeger's effect, since it hasn't attacked yet, in order to give my Cyber End Dragon an attack boost of 2100.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, now Cyber End Dragon will attack your face down.
That is Crystron Thistburn.
Oh, you're playing Crystron's. Okay, so that is 4600 you take from that attack.
Yep.
And then I will attack you directly with Cyber Dragon.
Wow.
Obviously, you know that Cyber Dragon Seeger can't deal you battle damage.
Well, that's fine. I had
when
nothing in my hand that could have done anything anyway.
Oh my god, I'm
awful.
so happy I put Cybersign in.
That was awful. Oh my god.
Wow. Alright.
Jesus. Yeah, okay. I will start by discarding.
Yeah, I'm actually reading here because I've never played with the Crystons before, so I don't really know about them. You just wanted to play Harky Flybacks, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. I will discard Crystron Thistburn to special summon Crystron Sulfafnir in defense. And as per its effect, if I special summon it in defense position, I have to destroy a card I control, which will obviously have to be Sulfafnir.
Okay.
But again, as per its effect, if it's destroyed by
you can special summon.
I can.
Okay, that's a really cool looking card, not gonna lie.
It is, yeah. I will special summon another Thistburn.
Yep, okay. I'm just trying to work out what. Obviously, I'm not the best at like science and chemistry, but I'm just trying to work out what element your Thistburn is. Obviously, it's part Wyvern, I'm assuming.
Amethyst, maybe? Oh no, Thist.
Maybe. It could be. Because Amethyst is purple, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but then should it be Amethyst then? Oh no, because it is Thist. Yeah, Thist. It might be Amethyst then.
Okay, yeah. So it's not always the front. Because obviously you've got Sulfafnir, but I can't work out the animal for that one. It's testing my dragon knowledge.
No, not a clue, to be honest. I will normal summon Citri, who is a tuner.
Yeah.
And then I will send both to the graveyard to special summon. Or done. Yeah, I think this is actually the smart move. I will summon I can't pronounce it. Halquifibrax.
Halquifibrax.
Yeah, Halquifibrax. That's better. Yeah. And obviously that allows me to special summon 1 level 3 or lower tuner from my hand or deck in defense position. So I'll do that from my deck.
But then it can't activate its effects this turn.
Not this turn.
Okay, another Citri, yeah.
I will just set a card in my turn.
Yep. Okay, I will start my turn. Okay, decisions. Okay, anything in standby phase?
Nothing in standby phase.
Okay, I'm tempted to do it.
But in main phase, I will be activating Citri's effect.
Okay, no problem.
What do I want is the question.
Remember, you have to then synchro some of it straight away, so we'll need to equal those levels.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. Yeah, okay. I will. What do I do? I special summon this then.
Yep. Was that from your graveyard or deck? Oh no, that was from deck, wasn't it?
Graveyard, yeah.
Oh yeah, it is from a graveyard. Yeah. Sorry.
And then I will send both to graveyard to obviously synchro summon. Oh, they're banished actually.
That for 6 or 5. Yep.
5. And I will
Oh yeah, they are
synchro
banished.
summon my Amatrix.
Okay. Alright, there's not an effect when so okay.
Unfortunately not. Thinking about it, I probably should
Oh,
have
okay.
waited, but
Yeah, you could have waited to do that. Okay, I will normal summon Cyber Dragon Core. When it's normal summon, I can add 1 Cyber Spell or Trap card from my deck to my hand. So let's have a look-see through my deck. Okay, I think I'll add to my hand Cyber Emergency.
okay.
I will then activate said Cyber Emergency in order to add 1 Light Machine monster that can't be normal to a set, or 1 Cyber Dragon monster from my deck to my hand.
Okay.
So I will add, of course, the Cyber Dragon to my hand, wherever it is. I'm going to fusion summon my Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, which I have a feeling could be a card you put in your deck, essentially. And basically, I can, as long as I send a Cyber Dragon to the graveyard, I can then send machine monsters from either side of the field. So I would choose your 2.
So I can't chain hack will if
I don't think so, because it's like a tribute summon. I don't think you can like chain quick effects to them.
That's very annoying.
Because there's nothing to chain it to. Because it's not like, I'd do something and then target.
That's annoying. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people use it. Yeah, so obviously my Cyber Dragon Call did count as a Cyber Dragon. So that also means my monster has 3,000 attack because there are 3 materials used.
Yeah.
Okay, I will set 1 card face down. I then think, you know what? Do I want to go for more damage or do I not? No, I don't. I'll just stick with the 3,000 attack. I'll try and get in.
Yeah, well done.
Yep, I will just end my turn.
I will start by banishing. Let's think. Yeah, that's fine. I will banish my 5th then to add a different crystal monster to my hand. Now, if I can't do this, beautiful. I will add Ryan to my hand.
Was that a graveyard effect? Sorry.
That is. Yes,
yes,
it is.
Yeah.
Do you have any response?
Can you reach for? No, I don't. Can you?
That's what I like to hear. Okay.
Have you already added into your hand? Sorry, because I wasn't paying attention.
Sorry, yeah. So I added Crystron Ryan to my hand.
Yep, no worries.
I will activate Cards of Safe Return.
Oh, I didn't think about using that card. Yep.
I will then activate Crystron Entry.
Okay.
So I special summon 2 Crystron tuners, 1 from my hand and 1 from my graveyard, and the other is a graveyard effect. So I will start by special summoning Citri in defense.
Yeah.
And I will also special summon Ryan in defense. And
nice.
Card of Safe Return, I get to draw.
Yeah, you draw a card.
So that goes to grave. And then I will normal summon Rosinix, which I think you'll really like the art for.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Nice Phoenix.
And then I will send 1, 2, 3 to the graveyard to synchro for.
Oh, wait, a synchro.
Crystron Corium Gandrax.
Oh my god, you actually do need 2 tuners for it. Wow.
If this card is synchro summoned, I can target monsters my opponent controls and or in their graveyard up to the number of synchro materials used for the synchro summon of this card and banish them. So, I will first of all banish the Fortress Dragon for obvious reasons.
Yep. Yeah, damn, nice. Alright, yep, so he'll get banished.
I can only banish your Dragon Core, unfortunately.
That's really annoying, yep.
Man, I'm glad I got to summon that. Okay, let's think. Is there anything I can do in the graveyard quickly? Move. That token can't.
I mean, not if I summon a Cyber End Dragon again.
That's very true. That would be fun. That's a good point. I will then just attack you directly, hopefully for 3,000.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. So we've both had damage from 3,000 attack turn.
And I will set a card and end my turn.
Okay, I'll start my turn. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, what to do. I'm really not sure what to do. Okay, I will start by special summoning Cyber Dragon.
Yep.
I could do that. Honestly, I think my best bet might just be to. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I don't like that synchro monster, so I'm going to fusion summon another Fortress Dragon.
God's sake. Yeah.
Obviously, using your tokens in Aqua, and I can't use tokens for the summon anyway. It needs to go to the graveyard. Okay, so he's on 2,000 attack. I'll then activate Cyber Rev System in order to. Oh, I did it in the wrong order. Yeah, in order to special summon Cyber Dragon from my graveyard.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. I think I will then tribute Cyber Dragon in order to special summon my Cyber Ferox. And once per turn during my main phase, I can fusion summon a machine future monster from my extra egg using materials from my field or hand for it. And then it's got a graveyard effect that I need power 1 for, which obviously I can't use because we're not allowed P. However, I will now activate Cyber Repair Plant. So if Cyber Dragon's in my graveyard, I can activate one of these 2 effects. But if I have 3 or more Cyber Dragons, which I don't, I can activate both. So I will choose the effect to add a 1 light machine monster from my deck to my hand. If that's all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What do I want to add? Yeah, let's go for a. Sorry, it's to hand, isn't it? Let's go for a Cyber Dragon Dry. That'll go to grave. I will then normal summon said Cyber Dragon Dry. Basically, its name becomes Cyber Dragon while it's on the field or in the graveyard. When it's normal summon, I can make all Cyber Dragons become level 5. Unfortunately, I can't do that. And if it's banished, I can target 1 Cyber Dragon I control. It can't be it's immune, basically. So then, I believe I'll activate a second Cyber Rev System to special summon Cyber Dragon. And then I'll use the effect of Cyber Ferox. Right, in order to fusion summon. So I will send the Cyber Dragon Dry, that counts as Cyber Dragon, with my Cyber Dragon in order to summon Cyber Twin Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
I'll go battle phase. I will have my Fortress Dragon attack the token. And then I'll try and get in for game.
Well done.
Wow.
Those Cyber Dragons, man, I really chose the. Well, this archetype isn't too bad. I just did not get the right cards in order to.
No. Did you put aside? Did you see the Fortress Dragon?
The what? Sorry.
The Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon.
Oh,
Did you
no,
see that as an option? No, because you could have just included like 3 Cyber Dragons in your deck, and have the Fortress Dragons in your extra.
Yeah.
Wow, there were a lot of cards that didn't get used. Maybe I didn't need the 60 cards, but my thought was if you were on Cybers, and I think just having like the more machines would win out in the end. To get like a stronger Fortress Dragon, or like then I could use yours. But oh god, that's crazy.
Yeah, no. The one thing I do really like about the Crystons is number one, how much I can special summon from the graveyard, and number two,
Yeah,
there's a
that's
lot of
crazy.
cards
Yeah,
where I can just special summon a monster and then immediately synchro summon, and it just allows me to just obviously level up my monsters very quickly. And
yeah, yeah.
I did that a couple of times. Like I managed to get Quariung Andrax off.
Yeah,
Um,
you got the big one.
and
Like,
if you hadn't destroyed Amatrix and Halquifibrax, I can't pronounce it.
and, yeah,
Halquifibrax, I would have been able to summon Phoenix, Crystron Phoenix.
yeah. So there you go, everyone. If you could give us a like and a subscribe, that would be amazing. But thank you for watching.
Yep, fantastic. Thank you for watching me get absolutely destroyed yet again.
Zane would be proud. Zane would be proud.